Hi, welcome to the second channel. Today we have a lot to unpack, and I have a lot to say here, and I'm going to be saying this before I start. I might be biased here. I might be biased, and so I'm going to be giving a brief overview on what has been going on. I just saw this. So, for those who don't live in Kenya, we have something called the KFCB, the Kenya Film Classification Board, and it's responsible for the regulation and everything film. And they said something yesterday, May 24th, and then followed it up with something else. So I'm going to be talking about what they did. So they said that yesterday they put out a notice that demanded that all content creators, mostly YouTubers, should get licenses if they want to be able to put out anything on YouTube. And second, that for every piece of content that they want to put out, they must first submit it to them for review before they're able to publish it. For those who don't live in Kenya and in other countries, I want to know, is there something that is similar to this that's happening in your country? Because I consider myself to be a very open minded person and willing to hear out a lot of things. That's why I want to really understand the thought process that went into this. I'm trying to conceptualize and understand it. First, because let's first look at the review thing. So you're telling me, so for every piece of content that has to go through to YouTube, you want to review it first. I saw someone debunk this and say something that I found interesting on Twitter. So imagine that, for example, 500 videos are submitted a day. That's a very small number, by the way. There are a lot of channels on YouTube and in Kenya, based in Kenya. There are a lot of channels. And one and for example, taking 500 videos, each being for example 15 minutes long, how long would do you think you take to be able to review all that? And there's regulation and there's dictation. Because what's going on here is like you guys want to you guys want to dictate every single thing that is put out. Every single piece of content y'all want to dictate what goes through and what doesn't. And yes, you guys are doing your job in the regulation, but wanting to control everything. Last I checked, that's dictation. And there's something else in this dictation point that I think could be emphasized more. So I don't know if he's the director or of the KFCB or whatever, but I feel like a lot of things and a lot of decisions, some of them, I'm not gonna dismiss every single decision that he makes, but some of them I feel have been due to personal feeling that okay, I feel that this content shouldn't be allowed on platform on social media. So ban them. Um, an example of this is another content creator. I don't know what they make, but I know that they're a very edgy and controversial person, and so is their content. So they got their channel flagged and banned at some point, and when it did come back, they had some of their content taken down. And yes, sure, he may be controversial. He may be making edgy content and whatever. But have you considered that maybe you weren't the target audience for that? He wasn't making that content for you, and there are people who actually vibe, and there are people who actually watch that and are okay with it. And also, YouTube isn't under you guys. Like, shouldn't YouTube be the one flagging content they deem, okay, this is crossing the line. This is against the community guidelines. They should be, well, the ones banning these channels and all. And sure, their work is regulation. So I'm not going to touch on that a lot. But I feel that there are a lot of things that there are a lot of things that are done. There are a lot of things that are put out. There are a lot of new laws. Uh, just last year, they put out a law taxing a tax on content creators, which, I'm being really subjective here, could be associated to the fact that there are the 2% of people flaunting prop money on Instagram. And I'm willing to be proved wrong. I don't care if it's prop money or not. But the point still stands. Just because you saw a few people, there are people, I know there are people who make a lot of money from YouTube. Just because there are a few people who make a lot of money on YouTube doesn't mean every content creator makes a stack of money on YouTube. And even if that was the case, how's that bad? So I'm not going to talk about the tats because everybody is being taxed right now. It's another issue. But just because you saw a few people flaunt cash, or just say they earn a lot of money on YouTube, what does that mean? That's the situation for every other creator? Maybe it's not. Have you considered that? Maybe it's not. And again, even if it was, I don't understand how that's a problem. So you want to dictate, in a way, it's like dictate. They have every person who publishes something has to have this thought at the back of their head. Wait, could this be deemed indecent? But as I said, maybe you're not the target audience for that. And even if I woke up and chose to do something really controversial, I don't see any way that affects you. This is a really extreme example I'm giving here. Say I woke up one day and chose to be an adult film actor. You shouldn't be concerned about why I'm doing that and whether that's decent or not. The people who are watching that are the one who are supposed to be flagging, deeming whatever they deem indecent or whatever, because there's an audience for everything, and you just completely and blatantly banning that, completely and stifling that, is stunting a lot of growth and just hindering a lot of new possibilities for people. Like, this could be this is a life being a YouTuber is a life-changing job for some people. There are people who earn all of their bread on there. So this just another way to earn money. I'm biased, so I think I'm gonna be wrong in a lot of things, but I'm willing to hear everyone out. Sorry, I forgot to say this, but they later, just this morning, I think, revoked that notice and said that they would be meeting with content creators to discuss other alternatives. So it's still not over. It's still not over. It's just something that it's just that I think from the public outcry and from the immense amounts of pressure from the outside media and people, just the amounts of pressure that they put on them, I think they just, okay, maybe I think they've maybe felt, okay, I think we went a little bit far with this one, but it's still not over. They said they'd be holding meetings to discuss on what they do to combat this and to what other alternatives they are. So we're still waiting to see what happens. But yeah. Anyway, new video on the main channel coming soon. I'm editing it right now. I was editing today, and before I saw this and just made this rant first. But yeah, new video on the main channel soon, before the end of the month, hopefully. But yeah, all right, subscribe. Peace. Will they let me say that if they reveal this video? All right, bye.